Introduction: The Global Economic Shift. The video you are about to watch is one of the most significant analyses regarding the shifting global economic order. Today, we are going to dive deep into the latest warnings issued by Donald Trump concerning the actions of BRICS nations and their potential impact on the global financial system. These developments have sent shockwaves through global markets, and if you care about understanding the future of money and power, you cannot afford to miss this. The rise of BRICS nations. Over the past decade, we have witnessed a gradual but undeniable shift in the world order. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have collectively aimed to challenge the long-standing dominance of the United States and its currency, the US dollar. This alliance, which initially came together as an economic bloc, is now positioning itself as a geopolitical force to be reckoned with. But what exactly are they doing to achieve this, and why is Donald Trump raising the alarm? The context of US dollar dominance. First, let's take a look at the context. The US dollar has been the global reserve currency since the end of World War II. This status has given the United States unparalleled influence over global trade, finance, and politics. However, this dominance has also created friction among other nations, particularly those who view the U.S. as overly reliant on its monetary hegemony to impose sanctions or control economic outcomes. This is where BRICS comes in, efforts to de-dollarize, moving away from dollar dependence. One of the most striking moves made by BRICS nations is their concerted effort to de-dollarize their economies. In practical terms, this means reducing their dependence on the US dollar for international trade and instead settling transactions in their own currencies or through alternative financial mechanisms. For instance, China and Russia have significantly increased bilateral trade in their respective currencies, bypassing the dollar entirely. Similarly, India has started settling oil imports from Russia in rupees, signaling a bold shift in trade practices. Accumulation of gold reserves. Adding to this, BRICS nations have been accumulating gold reserves at an unprecedented rate. Why gold, you might ask? Gold has historically been seen as a hedge against inflation and economic uncertainty. By amassing large quantities of gold, BRICS countries are not only protecting their economies from potential dollar volatility, but also signaling their intent to create a more stable and reliable financial framework that could potentially replace the dollar as the backbone of international trade. Introduction of Central Bank Digital Currencies, CBDCs. But that's not all. The introduction of Central Bank Digital Currencies, CBDCs, by several BRICS nations is another step in this direction. Unlike cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, which are decentralized, CBDCs are digital versions of a country's fiat currency, fully controlled by its central bank. China, for example, has been aggressively rolling out its digital yuan, which has already been used in international transactions. The use of CBDCs could make cross-border payments faster, cheaper, and, most importantly, independent of the US-controlled SWIFT system. Donald Trump's warning, a stark warning to the US. Now, let's talk about Donald Trump. In a recent interview, Trump issued a stark warning about the consequences of these actions. According to him, the de-dollarization efforts by BRICS pose a major threat to the American economy. He pointed out that if the US dollar loses its status as the global reserve currency, it would lead to a significant decline in the country's economic power and global influence. This is not just a hypothetical scenario. History has shown us how the decline of dominant currencies has led to the fall of empires. Criticism of US leadership. Trump also criticized the current US administration for what he described as failing to act decisively in the face of these challenges. He emphasized the need for stronger diplomatic and economic strategies to counter the rise of BRICS and maintain America's leadership in the global arena. Whether or not you agree with Trump's political views, it is hard to ignore the weight of his words in this context. Implications of de-dollarization. Economic impact on the United States. What does this mean for the average person? If BRICS succeeds in reducing the dollar's dominance, it could have far-reaching implications. For one, the value of the dollar could decline, leading to higher import costs and inflation in the United States. On a global scale, countries that have long relied on dollar reserves might face economic instability. On the other hand, nations within the BRICS alliance could see greater economic independence and growth, reshaping the balance of power in the world. Challenges facing BRICS. It's also important to note that while the efforts of BRICS are gaining momentum, they are not without challenges. Building an alternative financial system that rivals the dollar-dominated order is a monumental task that requires trust, coordination, and infrastructure. Moreover, internal differences among BRICS nations could hinder their progress. For example, India and China have ongoing territorial disputes, and their mutual distrust could slow down collaborative efforts. Conclusion: a world at a crossroads. In conclusion, the world is at a crossroads. The actions of BRICS nations represent a bold attempt to reshape the global financial landscape, and their success or failure will have profound implications for everyone. Donald Trump's warnings may be a wake-up call for those who have underestimated the significance of these developments. As citizens of an interconnected world, it is crucial for us to stay informed and understand how these shifts might impact our lives. Call to action. We hope this video provides you with valuable insights into these complex issues. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses of global events. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you concerned about the rise of BRICS and the decline of the dollar, or do you see this as a necessary step toward a more balanced and fair global system? Let's start a conversation.